don't know. It's not like it's not new anymore, but it hasn't gotten old yet either. If that makes any sense. It's still like, oh shit, why do these people want to hear what we have to say? Mm-hmm. It's still that, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
Yep. Totally.
No story.
Well, let me ask you guys, like, the show's coming for the third season. One of the things I noticed about watching the show as it's gone along is that sometimes you guys are totally in the office and you're totally based on the workplace comedy of it. And sometimes, like, fuck it, we're going somewhere completely different and doing something else. I mean, how do you guys ride that line of what kind of episodes you want to do and how many kind of fall into third season like that?
I think we kind of just ask ourselves what kind of adventures do we want to take these characters on and then go.
Yeah.
The Office is... Huh? The Office is...
Loud.
What? The Office is very cool. It's a really cool environment. We have a lot of awesome characters in there. But a lot of times the stories that we want to tell take us outside of the house and the office.
Yeah, I look at it like this. You know how, like, on Curb Your Enthusiasm, the show's just Larry? It doesn't take place, like, at the studio or at the office. It just follows Larry around. Mm-hmm. I just look at it like the show is the three guys instead of one guy and follows them wherever they go. So the world is the dudes, and then wherever they go.
Totally.
What's something you learned about writing it now that you've done a few seasons? Something that, like, is now streamlined in your process that maybe originally was a little clunkier?
Well, I think we're really good at, like, fitting in at least like 60 to 70 dick or butt jokes in each episode.
We only used to do like 40, but we gotten better.
Yeah, we're good. We can just kind of rattle them off now in the room. It's cool. Yeah.
We know, like, we want to see two big, like, water cooler moments or set pieces in episode. You know, middle of the episode, end of the episode. Whereas before we were just kind of like discovered that we were doing that, and now we're like, okay, but we don't want to miss that.
We have to have those. Yeah.
We have to have those.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not a documentary?
It's not.
That's a common misconception.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that we just were given a camera and then we film our lives.
Yeah.
How close would it be though if it were?
It'd be so much.
It'd be so boring.
Do you have to tape it down for TV?
I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. Last night was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have had some wild nights. It would be, well, they're cool to us when we're fucking hammered, but like, I don't know. How cool
yeah, they're not cool to watch. You ever seen grown men like hug a lot?
Yeah,
it's not a show, but
oh, that's a water cooler moment right there. That's it.
There's your set piece.
Yep.
After some great guest appearance you guys had on the show, Robert Englund was my favorite. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any lined up or planned that you can kind of unveil for the upcoming season?
Not for upcoming season. We haven't really even finished writing yet, and we write almost all of them before we start filming and stuff in pre-production. And casting it's the most exciting and sad part of the process, because you're like, you know, it'd be perfect for this, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then you just get some guy named Jean, who's probably pretty good, but whatever. It's just like sobering when you end up with some certain people. But then we were like, it's got to be Robert Englund. We will take no prisoners, and he was cool enough to do it.
Yeah.
So we luck out sometimes.
Hopefully this year, I mean, being in season 4, I mean, we say this every year. Season 2, season 3,
Season 3, 4 is 4.
Yeah, say that every year. Every year we say that. But we hopefully we'll be able to attract some really cool names, people that we've always wanted to work with.
Robert De Niro.
Bobby D.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. I'd love to get Thomas Hayden Church in there.
Thomas Hayden.
Yeah.
From
I think Lowell from Wings, one of the funniest guys.
Wings.
Yeah, maybe D. Stern comes back.
Ned and Stacy.
Yeah, dude.
It's a good pilot.
Sandman.
How does your writing process work? Do you work all four together, or?
Yeah, we get in a room like this at a table with a bunch of toys, and it's us and then a few writers, and people will come in and be like, oh, last night I thought it'd be funny to see Adam, you know, elevator opens up and there's no elevator car, and he falls in and he's 3 stories down, dangling by the things, and the episode's about bringing him up. We should write that down.
That's really good. I'm like visualizing it as you're saying. I'm like, we could pull that off.
Right.
Let's do it.
So then it's like, okay, build around that. Does Adam need to be somewhere? So you raise the stakes, and it's like, yeah, he has to be at a presentation where he's going to get a raise. So now Alice is looking for him, and she's pissed that he's not there. So now Blake has to go like distract her, and while he's doing that, something else that makes it worse. And Anders is calling the elevator repairman, but it's a guy he went to high school with that he hates, so now he doesn't want to use them. I don't know. And
this just happens.
They just let me talk.
This is what goes down. Yeah, it's wonderful.
But like, yeah, we
That's
just
the process.
talk it out, and then a lot of not talking about writing and stories.
Yeah.
And then we'll all of a sudden be like, oh, what about this, that? And then 10 minutes of inspired work, and then back to like building Play-Doh.
It is really weird how that works, how the creative process, how it is just like, okay, let's look at porno for a little bit or something.
Yeah. We got a projector.
How often does that change when you're directing, some of the episodes? Does it usually stick to the script, or does it, sometimes just go off on tangents?
So, I mean, comedically, if it's just for a joke, we can go on tangents forever, but story-wise, we don't change, really. Once it's on the page, then that's kind of our plans.
Yeah.
That's our plans. So we have to follow that. But joke-wise, if something's funny, we'll try it. We'll mime. We'll go. We'll just let takes run and just dig. You know what I mean? Dig for all the comedy you can. Yeah.
And then in the editing is where we find
the editing is
we can chop stuff out. So if it's like, this whole C story doesn't work, we'll just like whittle it out. And that's why you'll see in an episode like I have a cowboy boot and a Tiva on, and like there's no explanation. I'm just doing it. People are like, "What's up with that?" And I'm like, "Stop watching."
Yeah, there
so
was a
hard.
moment, but it still kind of works because you guys were high as shit in that episode. So
Right.
it's like that's just an awesome
Yeah,
choice.
you just see it for like a second. You're like,
Yeah.
"Go back."
Yeah. What was that little Easter egg?
Yeah. So the changing of like story stuff would happen in editing.
Yeah.
Last resort.
Do you ever think about making a Workaholics movie?
Yeah.
I think about it while I'm driving. Long drives.
The truck driver.
Yeah.
Well, we're working on a movie ourselves. It's not Workaholics per se, but it's for the 4 of us to work on, acting, writing, and directing.
Yeah. That's
Does
moving
it have a
right
title?
on.
No,
Not yet.
not really.
Hopefully we'll find one
Can you
soon.
tell us what that's about, that movie?
I don't know.
I want it.
Action comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Action comedy for sure.
Is it hard to change into a different character when you're writing it as a different project, but all together?
Yes. Are you saying?
Wait,
are you
say that
saying
one
is
more
it?
time? Yeah,
Well,
what was that?
from Workaholics to a different project that you're working on, is it hard to kind of get into that because you guys are close and friends? And
No, it's harder to like. Since we've established such voices, like I know exactly what Adam's gonna say, how he's gonna say it with Blake or myself, and then when you write them as another character, you got to be careful to be like, well, that's an Adam Workaholics line. What does it say an Alex line? What's the different version? But then you also want to capture like the essence of what makes each of us funny.
Yeah, and at the
different,
same
all that.
time, before we were doing Workaholics, we were just making internet stuff where the guys were improvising heightened versions of themselves, and that's where we kind of found the characters for Workaholics and amped them up for comedic purposes. So whenever we're like writing comedy and stuff, there's always going to be a version of the guys in there. There will be, until later on when like Durs plays this fucking cool mad scientist or something like that, but there'll still be a version of Durs in there.
Yeah, Durs and a verse.
A Durs and a verse, yeah.
You can't escape it.
I don't know, when you played that preacher, I was like weirded out on Mindy.
I know.
I was for sure weirded out. I was like,
It's a little different.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, have favorite characters to write for?
Say that one more time?
Personally, have favorite characters to write for? Would you love to write for yourself?
Montez.
Yeah, Montez is fun. I would say Adam's the easiest to write for me, because you can go to the moon. You know what I mean? You know, you can just write the craziest, funniest thing. I find when I'm writing, like actually typing dialogue, it's tough for me to write for me, because I don't know what's the funniest thing for me to say or do.
Right,
sometimes. And I gotta like lay pipe and story stuff.
Well, Durr's the character is like the one of the guys who almost takes the job seriously. Is is interested in moving forward. I mean, as you guys have gone season to season and looking forward, are you looking in progressing the storyline, or is there some way it's got to kind of stay evergreen because the characters are the jokes more so than at one point Durr's will get a promotion or whatever.
Well, everything kind of needs to reset. The world, at the end of every episode, we try and do our best to reset it, and then keep little character traits throughout the season and throughout the series. And subtext, you know what I mean? Like interactions that happen season 1, we pay attention to until the rest. But they're all one-offs,
Yeah, we want people to be able to hit random
Totally.
on their TV jukebox.
Yeah, we're trying to make a show that can be shuffled.
Just hit shuffle,
Yeah.
have a good time.
Do you think you're always going to be at Telmericorp? Or is it new jobs, or you're always going to be there?
Yeah, until we get kicked out of that building,
Yeah, for sure.
then maybe we'll start working at a gym.
Yep.
I don't know. Why isn't that a show? People working at a gym.
Yeah, why
Right?
not? Who's
Seems
going
like
to do
something
it?
Adam would be doing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Home and iron. I'm making shakes. Blake's doing like acupuncture or whatever.
Totally.
Spin off.
Yeah.
Dope hot stones.
Here at Comic Con are a lot of fans of the show. How is your contact with fans?
Physical. Very physical. The contact with the fans.
Oh, yeah. Yes, very physical.
It's awesome. It's cool. I mean, like,
Sort of famous.
it's fun to see people who are really into the show and like quoting it, and like, it's kind of nuts that we created something and people watch it.
Yeah, it is very surreal.
It's an honor.
Yeah, it is.
Hey!
Hey, he wants you guys to shut up.
We can be funny too. We're trying to have a fight. Keep it down!
Just repeat the question.
Do you feel comfortable when people on the street want to go next to you or touch you, or doesn't go?
98% of the time I do.
Yeah, it's totally cool. I think it's cool. It hasn't gotten unruly where you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you get like
Awesome. You see,
weirdos.
yeah, but you see like cool people and people that are just like kind of like us.
Yeah.
That just like are down to have a good time and down to party. They're not like,
How many times do fans try to get you high?
oh Jesus.
Countless?
Yeah, so much.
I don't know. A lot.
Can't do it every time, guys.
Yeah. You're like walking into the DMV, somebody will be like, oh, dude, you gotta. And you're like, you really shouldn't. You're a cop.
Yeah, right.
Dangerous thing that's happened from shooting on the roof. Have there been any close calls? Anybody fallen off?
I think our first AD might have fallen off.
Yeah,
Got
a
really
water
close.
bottle like started rolling, and he was like dove to save it, and we're like,
Stop.
let it ride.
Yeah, it's a water bottle.
Yeah.